Hi, welcome back. First it was the UK, now South Africa has banned Bain and Company. It will not be allowed to get government contracts for the next decade. The global management consultancy was implicated in state capture, but Bain disagrees, saying it's looking at its options at this point. So let's get some reaction from Business Unity South Africa's CEO, Cas Coovadia, who joins me now for some reaction. Cas, always a pleasure talking to you. Good morning to you. Your reaction to this announcement by Treasury, a 10-year ban against Bain and Company.
Good morning. Well, look, this follows on the ban on Bain in London. And if Treasury, and I guess Treasury position is government's position, if government is of the view that government should not be doing business with Bain, I think that is their decision. We have consistently indicated as BUSA that all people and all companies and all government departments and others mentioned in the Zondo Commission report, where Judge Zondo actually recommends that certain companies and individuals and government departments and SOEs should be investigated. And if there's a prima facie case against them or for state capture or corruption, they should be prosecuted. We still maintain that. So Bain is one of the companies mentioned, and they should be investigated and prosecuted if there is a case. We must say that we have also indicated on a consistent basis, and that is why I think after the Zondo Commission report, Bain and Business Leadership South Africa parted company, that the report seems to indicate, and you know, everything in the media seems to indicate, that Bain was a particular, had a particular position in this whole state capture issue. The Zondo Commission report indicates that one of the Bain senior partners interacted with the previous administration under Jacob Zuma, and certainly according to the report seems to indicate that they were responsible for compromising SARS and actually worked with the previous administration to do that. That's what the report seems to indicate. So I think Bain, in considering its options, will have to answer to all of that. But the fact that government has decided not to do business with them, I think that is government's decision, and the reasons and motivation for that must be given by government. Bain still is not a member of Business Leadership South Africa, and so, to my knowledge, not a member of any business organization. BUSA does not have any corporate members as such, and has never been a member of BUSA. So I think this must play itself out, but we would still urge, and we have been urging consistently, that government must move very quickly to investigate those mentioned in the Zondo report, both private sector and public sector entities, and prosecute if there's a prima facie case.
Yeah, indeed. We heard the President Cyril Ramaphosa, committing to, of course, going on with those investigations from the Zondo Commission and saying that he will act on it. But my question to you now, Cas, is does the punishment match the crime, especially in as far as companies are involved that have been implicated in the Zondo Commission for unduly benefiting, with regards to business, whether with contracts with government? Is 10 years an adequate, sufficient time for a ban? What, in your opinion, would send a strong message to companies that are either corrupt, have been implicated in the Zondo Commission, or even are thinking of being involved in such corrupt activities in the country?
Well, I find it very difficult to answer that question whether the punishment affects a crime, because I'm certainly not aware and don't have the detail of what, for instance, the Zondo Commission exactly found against somebody like Bain. I also don't have detail of what discussions Treasury went through
to determine that they will ban Bain for 10 years. So I don't have sufficient detail. I mean, Busa hasn't been involved in those processes to actually make a call on whether the punishment fits a crime. But it's what we have said is that it takes two to actually tango, and companies have been implicated in the state capture project, if you like. And that's why I think investigations must be made, because those investigations will determine the extent of companies' involvement, the extent of what they have done if anything, in state capture. And those investigations must then, if there is a prima facie case and there is a prosecution, the outcome of that must determine what the punishment is. And that's what the legal process is there for. So I'm not in a position to directly answer whether the punishment fits a crime, but I think that if we're saying that we want to take the Zondo report seriously, then the Zondo recommendation is that investigate and prosecute whether there's a prima facie case, and let's do that. And that will then, through the legal process, determine what the crime is and what the punishment should be.
All right, well, I appreciate you speaking to us this morning. Cas Coovadia, Busa's CEO, speaking to us, of course, this morning, giving some reaction with regards to Treasury, making mention, announcing Bain and Company will be banned for the next 10 years from doing business with government. This follows, of course, the UK as well, banning the same company from doing any business with its government for the next 3 years. We'll leave it at that for this morning for now. More to come at the top of the hour right here on the South African Morning.